What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of Skul the Hero Slayer. Thank you as always for being here. I appreciate you guys immensely. Same old pitch as always that I've been given, at least for like the last few videos or so. I would like to, if possible, and I do think it is possible, reach 1,000 subs by the end of 2022. So I'm pushing a little bit harder than normal. Once we reach 1,000 subs, it'll calm down for a bit, but until then, or maybe not until then, I don't know. I'll feel out the room. If the subs stop coming in after a while of this, I'll give it a nice little cooldown. But for now, while it's the goods, or the goings getting good is what I'm trying to say, consider subbing if you've been watching these videos for a while and you're not subbed yet, you know? Because it does help me a lot. I'm definitely picking this up. It does help me a lot to, whenever you sub, especially if you're a regular viewer. Like, I understand if you're new here and you don't know if you like my content enough to sub yet. Stick it out, feel it out, see how you feel about it. If you end up liking it, though, you got nothing to lose by hitting the sub button. Because you're going to be here anyway, you might as well, you know, help me out in the process a little bit. So, that's my pitch. I ain't got much else to say besides that. So, let's move on to the run here. No concrete plans. I do have an idea of a run I'd like to do, if I can get lucky enough to pull it off. Other than that, I do have a sword run that I had recently. That was just a bleed sword, very simple. Request by Chris Atkins. So thank you for your run request. If I end up going the bleed route, don't get too excited because I'm not necessarily going bleed just yet. But just shouting it out just in case that is the route I go. I do already have a bleed item and the bleed skull, so it is like kind of like the sensible thing to do. Though it is early, so it's not like we're really set down any paths or anything. And I do have a run I'd like to do that isn't that, but I'm gonna feel the run out as we go. What the fuck just happened to me? I've literally never had lag there, like literally never. I'm so confused. It wasn't even really lag either. I don't know what's happening. I think that's maybe happened to me one other time. And when that happened that time, I was really confused too. I mean, I don't know. For a second, I was worried my computer crashed, but thankfully that's not what happened. We just barely stopped her from ulting there. Literally just barely. Oh, there's a piece of the puzzle I'm looking for here for the run I'd like to do. I'll grab him. So that's a Minotaur. We only need one other skull here to pull off the run. We'll see though. It's not like bleed Minotaur is exactly good, so I do end up going the bleed route. I most likely won't be sticking with this Minotaur. I think I've done a bleed Minotaur run before, and it was really weird. But the thing about the Minotaur is he can kind of just do anything. It's just a really good skull. So, like, even if I did go the bleed route with Minotaur, I'm sure he would be able to pull it off. It's just not ideal. No item rooms yet. Early on especially, it's really worth going to get money rooms. Because the earlier in the run you are, the more likely you are to find like a common chest in your item room. And also, your money stretches really far early on. So, it's really worth it to go to money rooms. Though I think, yeah, we've low rolled our doors. This is a door low roll, which is not good. It's not necessarily bad. It's just not what you want to see to start things out. It means lower vibes. I am definitely taking the golden sword. An item I take a lot, I understand. But can you blame me? It's very, very good. And anything with treasure on it, especially if it's good. Like if you can find an item that raises your stats reliably, that has treasure on it, and I add that reliably in there very deliberately, because then you have items like Golden Whip, which are just awful because it's extremely unreliable stats. So, has to be reliable, but if it is, it's definitely worth your time. Let's see if we can get stats from the spokesman. Yes, we actually did. Wow. Rare moment there. That's actually, oh man. Well, now I'm definitely going to be aiming to go down a stat route where I try and gain attack. Which could be a bleed build because normally one problem with status builds in general is they have a lot of item slots dedicated to their status. which means less item slots you can dedicate to just having damage. But if you can get the Spokesman of the Mist to give you stats, which in the current version of the game is a pretty rare thing to happen, you can actually make up for that stat loss. So now I'm actually a little more incentivized here to go, well, for one, I'm definitely going physical. Like, even if I saw, like, Reaper early here, I probably wouldn't swap off of it. Or I wouldn't take it, I should say. I'm definitely feeling this right now. Aside from the low door count, that's the only thing I don't like right now. It's Yggdrasil time, typical Yggdrasil. Why are we able to spam our abilities so high? Did we get the Druid buff or something that makes your skill cooldown really low? Is it this? No. I feel like I've been able to spam my abilities really easily. I don't know. I'm a little confused. This run's weird so far. The fucking lag going into the adventure fight, really fucking weird. I feel like if it's ever happened to me at all, it's only been like one time ever besides the time it just happened to me. Weird shit. And I've not had any issues yet other than that. Alright, what's in the Yggdrasil box? Anything good? It's the World Tree Seed. Beast King. I do have a very specific run that is dash pikeman that's strike focused. I mean, I'll take the main of the Beast King. It's easily the most interesting thing that's here. Not that I'm really, like, it's not going to be good on a tackle dasher. But if I can get a pikeman, I can build one of the runs that I hatched that I think is really cool. So, we'll try. But I don't foresee it happening, but I'll still give it a shot. It does work with tackle dashers, for the record. Bane of the Beast King works with tackle dashers, it's just not good with tackle dashers. But that's the thing about Bane of the Beast King. It's another one of those items that, yes, it works on tackle dashers, but, like, it's pretty much, it's like almost exclusively a pikeman item. And it also works on normal dashers too, but, like, not really in a good way. Like, it works, but it's not good, you know? Like, as you saw, we applied the buff. It just didn't mean anything. I'm very excited to do eventually someday, if I'm ever fortunate, maybe it's this run, you know? Maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but a strike-focused Main of the Beast King run with pikemen. Seems like a really cool idea. Either way, having Main of the Beast King early is... I don't think I've ever done that on any of my runs. It's a weird item. What's this? Genie. As we established before, he is a good dasher skull, and no one can deny it anymore. Here's the thing. And I'm mostly joking, but I'm also kinda not, because it's like... Everyone likes the dash pikeman, right? It's like a fan favorite skull. But it's like... In my pikeman run, in particular, the pikeman was doing near the same damage as the genie. So it's like, if you like the pikeman and you think the pikeman is good, you kind of have to, by osmosis, think the genie's good too. Like, it's just the way it is. Like, you have to do it. You know, it's just facts. Not that everyone, like, people are just gonna be genie haters forever. I've tried my best to get y'all to understand that the genie ain't as bad as you think. Like, I'm not saying the genie is like some excellent A, or like, not, it might be an A tier skull. I was gonna say an S tier skull. I don't think the genie's like a high S tier skull or anything, but it's a pretty good skull. Certainly better than you think it is, if you're a hater. You should, I don't know, like, here's my golden advice for playing the genie. And I've said this a bunch of times, and I think most people realize it at this point, but if you're a new player, it might not be clicking with you. Use the genie, not like most skulls dodge damage with their dash, right? Like, it just that's kind of the way it is. But the genie's dash is not for that. The genie's dash is weird. I would say the genie's dash is bad, but it can deal damage, as we saw in my last run, but that's not the point. Genie dodges damage with his abilities, and he does damage with his basic attacks. So if you're doing a genie run, don't build a run based around dealing damage with your abilities. Build a run based on dealing damage around your basic attack. And use his abilities to just dodge damage. Like, where you would normally dash to get out of the way of something, just use an ability. And you will have a much, much easier time playing the genie. It'll still be a little hard to get used to, because it's just so weird and different from all the other skulls in the game. But it's not bad. That's the point. It's good. And I think more people are coming around to the genie, but... And here's the thing I'll admit, as someone who does defend the genie. I do think the genie needs a bit of an update. Because it just feels like old. The genie is a skull that's been around for a long time, and since it's been around, I don't think it's ever gone through like a major change. Whereas most of the skulls at this point, especially since 1.4, have had some pretty major changes done to them. Not really, I would say most have. Maybe all of them. I think every skull in one way or another has been touched. The genie kind of got touched in 1.6, but that was only to nerf him a little bit and make his stun a little less good. So, I was opening a water, by the way, I'm thirsty. That was a little bit of like the old Haxa where I did free ASMR, where I would sip tea in your guys' ears. Then you get to hear the faint the faint glugging of me drinking some water. Am I committing to anything? I don't think so, not yet. Oh, for the record, I just want to point out we are still low rolling our doors, which is not good. It's very much so not good. Hopefully Act 3 is a little kinder. Or maybe Act 2 Part 2 could be a little kinder too. I don't think that's how it works though. I'm pretty sure at the start of acts that's when it checks for your door counts in an act, and then you're just kind of at the mercy of RNG. Man, the Beast King is not doing a lot, as you can see. We actually, for some reason, I think it's just the low rolling of the doors. We don't have a lot of items for this point in the game, and our items are kind of not good. There's a lot of weird, or it's like, there's not a lot of synergy happening, is the problem. We have some bleed going on, but it's not super helpful. The Jagamon Thorn is, I think, giving me attack speed. Is that how that works? Yes. And it deals additional 7 damage, as you can see there. Which, by the way, not good. Old Jagamon Thorn was better. That's my not so hot take. Maybe it's a hot take, but I don't think people would disagree with that. I don't think people liked old Jagamon Thorn though. I had my issues with it, but the new Jagamon Thorn is just worse. And really, Bone of Swiftness kind of replaced the old Jagamon Thorn. And Bone of Swiftness is better than old Jagamon Thorn ever was, so I guess we traded up. Like, at least we have that item effect kind of still in the game, and it got better, so I guess that's not so bad. God, okay, no, we're high rolling our doors now. Or maybe, I don't know, man. The person who data mined the game for me, this was a long time ago. Maybe if you're a data miner out there, or you know how to do it, you should have a look at Skul and tell me if you find anything interesting about room generation. Apparently Skul is like a very strange game. It's like just kind of weird. The way its innards work. It's a little quirky. So it's kind of hard to figure out how it works. I don't want this. This, however, I might want. Yeah, actually I will take this. Because we've been low rolling a lot. So I'd rather, like, I want to have like a safety net built in around low rolls. Also, I'll buy the Face Bug. Face Bug's a pretty good quintessence. Though I have been using it a lot lately. I kind of like to check myself if I'm using a skull or a certain thing a lot. Which, I mean, kind of ironic because I called myself out for using the golden sword too much. But it's like an item that's that good. I don't. It's like if you see like the ring or something in a run, like you really gonna pass up on the ring just because you use it a lot? I mean, if you do you, I guess, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna take the ring every time I see it, cause fuck that. And now we have treasure. Like if we didn't have the golden sword, we wouldn't have treasure right now. So that's my point, and I'm sticking to it. I like it. I like the golden sword. The Golden Whip, on the other hand, not so much. Do I free these bozos? I don't think so. They're too annoying. Like, you guys know me. I like to min-max a little bit. I'll talk about it all the time. And there's money to be gotten if I let those guys out and kill them. But then I have to free them and deal with their fucking stuns. And that, to me, that just ain't worth it. And also think of it like this, right? Now they get to live. Like, everyone around them is dead. They're the only survivors in the entire palace. And, you know, that's on me. I did that shit. I let them go. I'm a kind man. I'm merciful. Unlike this Mother Hubbard coming out right now. What's up, dog? How you doing? Oh, he's sicking the dogs on me. All right, Leona sister. Same old, same old. Just take it. Be a little careful with them, you know, like I don't want to take any unnecessary damage. Oh, oh yeah, we do have Quint cooldown with this. So I can, like, apply Face Bug more often. Which is not, you know, it's not a bad thing. It'd be cool if you could double up on Face Bug, but I'm pretty sure if you summon another Face Bug, the first one disappears. But I mean, that would probably get a little ridiculous. But you know what that would do? Oh, you know what? They should do this. That would make heritage builds like viable. Imagine if you could stack your if you could stack your orcs, that might get a little out of hand actually. That might get a little crazy. But I guess you'd also be like taking risk upon yourself too. Cuz then you like you would just die in one hit from like anything that like breathed on you. I don't know. It would probably be too good with Face Bug. But then you have to have the skill of being able to land your Face Bugs. The more I talk about it, the more I convince myself that it's not a bad... Like, I'm kind of going in between. Like, I'm like, nah, that's too good. But then I, like, convince myself it's actually, like, reasonable. I don't know. It's probably for the best that it's not allowed. It would probably limit game design more than anything. Because then they'd have to be extremely careful about how they print quintessences from there. And also, imagine if you could have, like, multiple Shadow Knights going at the same time. That'd get probably ridiculous. Either way, R.I.P. Bozo. Get the fuck out of my face. What we got? Anything good? I have so much need for good items. That's Bleed. Heritage 3. Holy shit, really? Holy shit. I did not know that we had this much heritage. But on the down low, I need some damage percent. I have a few good options here. I would say this is not exactly good bleed. It's kind of mediocre bleed. I'm more looking at these two, to be honest. I'll take the Bone of Courage. I'll straight pass on that shit. Do I want to commit to the Minotaur is my question. I'm not sure, because the thing about the Minotaur is I've used it a lot lately. Skeleton Sword is another question. I think I'll at least commit to the Skeleton Sword. Because we are an interesting bleed build right now. And it's... When's the last time I did a straight bleed sword build? And I already did shout out the person that requested it, so I may as well commit to it. I don't think I'm going to commit to the Minotaur, though. Minotaur is probably a little much to commit to right now. Like I said, I've been using it a lot lately. It's a skull I mean, I love the Minotaur skull. It's a really good skull. It's kind of like the quintessential power skull. But, I don't know. I'm going to try and show off the skip here. It's a little hard here with these two skulls I have, but... Alright, they're coming. So, the way you skip this room, you don't have to fight all these guys over here. You do not step beyond this point. It's actually really small, the root area you can step. You can come up here, and then you can just walk out. And I'm not going to do it because I want the money. But if I were to keep going, none of these enemies down here would spawn, and I could just exit the level. But I'm going to spawn them because I want the money. See, as you saw, as soon as I dropped down that one point, they all spawned in. really interesting little way to play the game if you're someone who is maybe not confident in being able to beat all of the enemies that you come across. You can use that little trick to get out of hard fights. It's not the only place you can do it either, but it's definitely one of the most impactful skips you can do. I have a whole video about it if you're interested. It's a lot older though. It's before I started using my voice, but it's really well edited, or at least in my opinion, it's well edited. It's one of the videos I ever took the longest on making. It took me like a whole month of like non-stop working just constantly to make it. So, oh my god, will the genie please stop showing up? How many times do I have to say no? I'm not interested, buddy. Any other day, you know, maybe if I hadn't used you like 3 videos in a row, you know, then I would consider it a little more, but I mean, my man, it's not your run. Any other day, like I said, show up another day, I promise. Just not today. Do we want anything duped here? I don't want this duped. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this now. Anything else here I'm actually okay with, kind of, for the most part. What do we got? We have... Whoop. Interesting. Now we have the bone debuff. However, I think that's fine. This kind of makes me want to get another power skull, though, is the thing. I mean... I'm pretty committed to the sword skull. I've already used 41 bone shards on it. No, 40. I'll swap out the Minotaur for the Int, though this is maybe a mistake. I don't know. We'll see. The problem with this is potentially like I'm building 2 commons up to legendary, and that's really costly. So you can die over there. Thank you. There we go. At least we got probably my favorite Int skill, the one where he just kind of grabs the enemy and crushes them. That one's just fun. You know a skull who I think would actually be pretty good with Mana Tech 4 is the Int. Maybe I should put that on the run request list. Is Mana Tech 4 Int. Just because some of his attack animations are a little on the slow side. And that would mean more uptime with your like every grass you plant has more time that you use it. Because you can use your abilities more. I'll think about it. For now, let's focus on this run. I don't think we're going into rapidity enough to justify this. I need to be looking for bleed, so... Let's keep our eye on the prize. Look for some good old bleed. Yep! Oh, that's poison. Oh, but that's bleed, though. I got a little sidetracked when I saw that. I kind of want this. I don't think I can afford it, though. I don't think there's any way I can sell enough of my items to get it. Oh, shit. You know what I need to do? Maybe the Int isn't for this run. What I need is 2 skulls with really powerful instant on-swap effects. Like, the sword is a really good instant power on-swap effect because, like, he just kind of sends out, like, a blast. Oh, shit. Did I... Yo, the bone debuff just got me out of the Int swap. Did you see that? The bone debuff got me to get out of the, like, the forest where he's like a seedling thing. That's interesting. That's a weird little interaction with bone. That's actually not pretty... It's not a bad interaction. Man, I keep seeing Kaboom Bomber on runs where it would just be stupid to take it. Like a run where I have what's it called? The Spokesman of the Mist buff that's like a damage percent buff in 1.6. Like, you know, I'm committing myself to that. Like, I'm using the physical damage because I'm not going to get that again for like a whole month. So, you can't stop me. I wonder how much damage our amplified our amplified double bone of courage damages are doing. It's a little hard to keep up with it. So let's wait for it to cool down. All right, let's see. Let's see how much damage our next attack does. Does it work for only basic attacks, or does it work for everything? Yeah, probably everything. Also, let's put our Facebook on stuff. Oh, there was the bone debuff again. The fucking mage is getting on my damn nerves. Oh, we're getting her. We're getting her ass. Oh, wait, why'd I do this? I think I just fucked myself here. No, Facebook. Or actually, that was probably the amplification from the double bone of courage, actually, that did that. No fucking way, bro. This shit has to go. This shit has to fuck off. I'll take this. Do we have mana cycle? No. I'm not gonna upgrade this ant. I'm not committed to it. And plus, I'd rather get my my swordsman to legendary first before I do anything else. I'm definitely going to use this. I'm going to try and get Saw Blade Slash. Though is Saw Blade Slash Saw Blade Slash might not be as good as it used to be. Maybe I'm living in 1.5 or 1.4. I mean, I know this is the double slash is the one I'm not too big of a fan of on the swordsman. I would like to get rid of that, but Rusty Piercer, I think that's what that is. Yeah, Rusty Piercer is pretty good. Like, maybe I should stick to the Rusty Piercer. Okay, the wheel is just destroying everything. Good job, wheel. Oh, that was a good example of the wheel having tracking on it. I remember I was having a conversation with a friend about how I think the wheel has tracking on it. Also, perfect recharge there. And they didn't believe me. I'm definitely picking the Predator up. Perfect skull. They didn't believe me, and I told them I think it does. And I couldn't find any proof at the time that it has tracking on it, but that was like a really good example of the tracking on wheel. Though it's a little janky, I'll admit. It's not perfect, but it's there. It's kind of like the Yeti, which is another thing that they didn't believe me that has tracking on it, but it does. Like, janky tracking, but it's still there. No gargoyle. All of a sudden, I'm feeling this run. We just need to get this activated. And it's actually really close already, so we're not going to have any trouble at all with that. I'd like some bleed, please. Try and get the bleed 4 here. This is probably pretty good. This is a little too late, unfortunately. Nah, eye on the prize. I want bleed. If I refresh, I can buy something. What's my crit percent? 10? Well then, fuck it. One thing I definitely need to do, and I probably should have done it earlier. I should have been buying masterpiece items. So if I find the terrible blade shards, I can get the masterpiece version of that, and then do a bleed run with that, because I want to experiment more with masterpiece. I feel like I kind of I only take it if I feel like I can get Prince's Box or Clone Stamp, but I think masterpiece is an inscription I should just play around with, even if I don't think I'm going to get those, because it's good. Like, it's just good. So I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about. Kind of the way I play with Prisoner a lot more than I used to. Once I figured out that you can transfer its cursed chest buffs to your partner skull as well. Used to, whenever I would take the Prisoner, it was like a special thing, because it meant I could only build one skull. But not anymore, so I don't know. I should take it more. Oop, can I skip this? I don't think so. We don't have the windmill. If I had the windmill attack on, or the, what's the one where he like does a leap in the air and then does a spin, then I could skip this trap area down here, but since I don't have that, I don't think I can. Which is fine, it doesn't matter. It's just for fun, basically. We have the Harpy here, who is actually on time and useful. Rare moment from the Harpy. Just want to point that out. Whenever she does it, whenever she does something right, I always, you know, point it out so I can get better RNG in the future. Because the game totally understands me. And oh, who are you? Champion. I don't think so. We need a power skull to make these bones of courage good. I'll take the bone shards. And as a lot of you guys know, I'm not even a fan of the champion. I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's terrible or anything, per se. I mean, I know the champion can pop off pretty hard with its damage. I just miss the old champion more than anything. That's like my biggest complaint about the champion. And I've gone over it plenty of times. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me rehash it. I do have a plan to do a collaboration with Earl soon where we kind of put the champion to the test, as well as the hunter. But, yeah. It's like, I don't know. Champions just don't hit. He don't hit the same, man. If you played Skul the Hero Slayer before 1.5, you know what I'm talking about. Old champion was just better, in my opinion. RIP. Also, we haven't gained any charges on our blood drunk sword since I last looked at it. So I'm gonna do this fight mostly as the swordsman. This fight should not take very long. Oh fuck! I fucked up the face bug, and I also fucked up the Actually, no, it was just a face bug. All right, we're gonna get it. Chimera is just like a bleed sponge, basically. It's actually probably a good thing that I fucked up the face bug there. Okay, now we have our blood drunk sword activated. Very overpowered item. Now we could actually take the what's it called, the thief's armor if we wanted it. Maybe it'll show up again. All this kind of stinks. Troll is okay, though I think I prefer the face bug. I might just break a legendary here. Yeah. Even like on a poison run, I don't know. I don't like the Chimera Fang that much. I don't think it's that good. There, I said it. Chimera Fang, kind of mid. There's way better poisons. There's even it's like there's even a better poison legendary. Poison got all the good treatment and as far as statuses go, because it has multiple legendaries and the others don't. But it's like Chimera Fang just kind of mid, dog. Like that shit kind of it don't slap very hard. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, yeah, you got more than one legendary, but like, do you though? Think about that shit. And also, it's like Chimera has like multiple, it has more uniques too than any other status, I think. Though poison's a pretty good status overall, but just like it's legendaries. What is happening here? What? Is there? Oh, what? Okay, I'm a little confused. Is it the chunks I'm hitting? Oh, I didn't know. What the hell? Is it always been like that? Okay, there's no shot it's always been like that. There's no shot. I've literally never noticed. Like if you're just hitting the dead chunks of all the enemies, that it makes like the noise. Does it do that on every other skull? No. Oh yeah, fucking bone debuff. Hang on, I gotta test this out some more. Okay, it's wigging me out, man. Maybe it's just for Blade Skull or Swordsman. Let's be careful. No use to take a bunch of damage there needlessly. That's so weird. It doesn't happen with this skull. It's so weird. I have to test that on other skulls now. Maybe it's just a weird quirk with Swordsman. But if it's like that on every other skull, I've literally never noticed, like, ever. But I don't think that's the case. There's no way. Like, I notice those things way too often for that to completely miss me. Oh. See, in this case, the bone, like, it's still a debuff, but it's not as bad. Because regardless of whether I swap out to Predator or the Swordsman, if I swap out to Predator, I get to have the slowness while I'm playing the Swordsman. So that's like a nice little benefit. And if I double swap into Sword... Oh, okay, we're done with our skulls. If I double swap into Sword, I get to do a bunch of damage with my swap. So in this case, bone ain't actually half bad. Okay, I gotta stop. I already know it's the case. Bleed still. I do still need some bleed. Not getting it though. It'd be nice if I could get the holy chalice or whatever it's called. Oh wait, there's terrible blade shards. I think at this point I can get rid of the stone mask. And we already duped our items. At this point I think I have to get rid of Mane of the Beast King, sadly. I don't feel good about it, but if I want my run to be as powerful as possible, Mane of the Beast King's just kind of holding me back. Though it has served me decently well. It makes me really want to do the pikeman run. The Mane of the Beast King strike pikeman. Sounds fun. Oh! 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 That was the bone debuff in action. I thought I was the sword, and then it turned out I was the fucking the predator. I think I want to swap my abilities as predator, actually. Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't. We're fine. I was gonna lose my mind if that was the Mane of the Beast King. Would have been pretty funny. I have a tendency of that to happen to me in Skul for some reason. Like, I literally just get rid of an item and then it comes instantly back to me. Just Skul things. Alright. So... we can't... oh, never mind. I thought I was in a different... I thought I was... never mind. I was going to try and do a nice little skip, potentially, if I could, but this isn't the room I thought I was in. I'm just out of it today, dog. I'll be upfront. This is my second video I'm recording today, because my first video got fucked up in the final shop. And then I had to go and do my... like, I had to eat dinner and work out, and then come back and record again. So, I'm out of it. But, you know, we're still having fun here. At least this run is way, way better than the first run ever was. The first run was actually not a very good run. And this run's at least competent and powerful. So, that's a good thing about it. Oh, okay, it's adventurer time. There's not really anyone I don't want to see here. I think the person I want to see the least is... I don't want to see the warrior. I think that's the only one I'm not excited about. Could be him. Okay. There he is. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I have to say anything? Like, I could just keep my thoughts to myself and then they wouldn't happen. Oh! He's fucking losing it. Oh, fuck, I completely missed with the base bug. Oh, shit, I double swapped. But he has slowness. It's not actually all that bad. Actually, yes, it is, because it just made his animation last longer. We got, like, no benefit out of that. Kind of like the champion's time slow. When you think about it, the only skulls in the game that use slowness at all are, like, the champion and predator. Is there anything else that even has that attached to it? I don't think so. I'm 100% taking this. I can get rid of something here. Surely God. This, honestly, rare moment where I'm thinking I don't want the wheel. But those stats though. It's only 45 actually. Yeah. I think the speed of attacking I get from the Witch's Brew is going to be more worth it to me than the wheel. The meager 45% damage. The item effect I'm going to miss, but the 45% I don't think is a big deal. For those who are non-believers and don't think that Witch's Brew is a really good item, hopefully this shows you a little otherwise. It's a really, really good item, especially if you have Mutant, which we don't, but maybe I can pick up Mutant on the way out. Oh, okay, we did the bone swap. If you have what's it, mutant, it's like the timing, the cooldown with we don't have mutant, right? No, we don't. The cooldown speed with Witch's Brew and mutant are almost perfectly in sync, so you almost always have the you have like almost constant uptime with your attack speed boost. It's really, really good. I think I took Witch's Brew on a run recently, but it was like a last second addition. Like more, I would like to have more of a run focused on Witch's Brew if I could just get it early enough and like be able to actually buy it. Because I know I saw it earlier on this build and I didn't take it. We really need mutant. Let's see if we can't get it on the way out. That's not mutant. That should have mutant on it though. It is a swap effect. It's like, why the hell does that not have mutant, but the ring does? Shit's maybe it's specifically a Lord of the Rings reference, and they're like saying because Gollum turned into a little monster that's why it has mutant on it. I don't know. It's a little abstract. Maybe actually that probably is what they're doing with it. I can't think of any other reason. Who knows? Only they know. Keep taking item rooms. We have a lot of money here. I don't even have the stone mask. Where's this money coming from? I guess we're just high rolling. Like we started our run low rolling like crazy with our doors, and by the end we were just I don't know. It fixed itself. I wonder if we're gonna have a easy Joan fight. I feel like this run's really strong. Oh yeah, there's a great example of why attack speed's good on Predator. It's so, Menatech for Predator is so fucking hilarious. Mutant. That's my goal here. Just trying to reground myself a little bit. Keep going for mutant. This doesn't have mutant. It should though. Just saying. No mutant. No mutant. Still no mutant. No mutant. Nothing. That's unfortunate. Unless I missed it, which I don't think I did. But apparently, according to you guys, and you might be right here, I have a problem overlooking items in the shop that I need. Because in my last Genie video, my Genie versus Pikeman build, like I had like 5 comments where you guys were like, "You just missed an extremely good item. What's wrong with you, Hax?" It's like, I don't know, man. I felt like my items were good by the end of the run, but apparently I missed a hero sword or something. And I don't know how I missed that shit, so I think I might have a problem overlooking items in the shop that would be good for my run. I'm trying to get better at it, but I don't know. Oh! I did the little trick there. Oh, Jesus. I did it twice. That's like I was literally about to explain it, and then I just did it again. But if you're ever falling into the void, just swap to your secondary skull on the way down, and you can avoid taking the fall damage. You'd like take it on your swap shield. It's a nice little trick. All right, so it is Joan time. I don't know how this is gonna go. I feel pretty good about it, but I mean, this build, if it's not strong, it's at least fun. So, and that's always worth it in Skul. You should always still try and have fun. And that's what we're doing here. So let's get in there. Let's see how it goes. I think we're going to do just fine, but maybe I'm wrong. The thing to always keep in mind when you're doing status runs is Joan Phase 1, the pedestals don't take status damage. So if you're relying solely on statuses, you're going to have a really, really hard time against these two things. But we're not solely relying on our statuses, so we should be just fine. Like, we have nice damage percent outside of that. Oh, fucking bone debuff. Come on, man. They're not immune to slowness, apparently, but I don't think it does anything to them. Alright, there's one. If I hadn't gotten bone debuffed, we would have gotten through that a lot faster. Oh! Oh, we are destroying the statues. Holy hell. Bone debuff. I am not a fan of the bone debuff. Oh! I had someone ask in the comments why I call it that. And I answered it in the comments, but I might as well answer it here. It's specifically a me problem, though not specifically. I'm sure people also have my key controls, but it's because I have my scroll bound to my swap bound to scroll, and there's really no finessing my scroll wheel. Like if I scroll down, it just like I'm going to be pressing that button like 10 times or so. So for me, the bone debuff just means like it causes me to rapid swap without like my my input basically. It's pretty annoying. Oh man, we are actually destroying her. We might be able to get her here before she does her ult. Nope, she did it anyway. She cheated. Oh, oh, oh! I'm low. I think we can get her. I took a lot of damage to stupidity. Like, I just fell in the void a lot. We shouldn't have struggled there. It was just me being dumb. I saw the ring. Speak of the devil. Yeah, it has to be the ring, right? I mean, it gives me mutant too, so I'm very incentivized to take this. I will 100% ditch this. I don't give a fuck. Actually, I should ditch this. Yeah, we have an awkward amount of arms. 100% ditch that. We get the same... Yeah, we get the exact same stat bonuses from the ring that we do from just a solar sword in terms of the damage percent, and like all of the other stats tacked onto it, so it's like there's just no reason to not. Alright, we got 2 legendaries. Nope! Arachne, I didn't mean to talk to you. Alright. I'm feeling it, baby. This run's pretty dang good. Hope the person who requested is enjoying their sword bleed. With Predator. Because this is how I always do things here. We build 2 skulls. And now we have the power of Mutant and Witch's Brew. So we have like constant uptime. See, watch this. There's the Witch's Brew down here. Still going. Here it is again. Still going. And I swap. So it's just constant uptime. Obviously there's diminishing. Like it diminishes. But it's just really, really good. Just keep going. Just to really let it sink in just how powerful Witch's Brew can be. Let's watch. So we're attacking really fast right now. It's getting slower. But then you swap out. Instantly recharges it up. It's kind of like its own Manatech 4 in a way. It's its own Manatech 4 and also like Rapidity together. Though obviously Rapidity 4 in and of itself is worth building. Is there anything I want here? I can refresh, but I don't think so. If only this had shown up a little earlier. Go ahead and buy that. And that's our kit. I'll just take a screenshot here so we have it. Have to be careful here because lately I've had this tendency of pressing F11 instead of F12, which is my screenshot key is F12 and my end recording button is F11. I think I'm going to change that though. Like I need to stop that from happening. Like I need to stop accidentally pressing F11 and fucking ruining my recordings, because this is the second time it's happened in 2 weeks actually. No, 1 week. Because last week, it happened to me last Saturday. So literally a week apart exactly, it happened. It's just, why am I doing this to myself? I need to fucking fix the problem at the root. Okay, so this run obviously very clearly is really good. I don't think I need to tell y'all that. Is it good enough to stop the first hero before he does his jump in the air? I actually think potentially, with the right circumstances, if we can pop like a really strategic slowness on him, maybe. I can see we're at the bone 3 here. What I would like to do potentially is get the bone swap from sword to Predator back to sword, and then I have the slowness out as sword. I feel like that would be a pretty good way to deal a lot of damage to him very quickly. So I think that's my goal here, or at least my hope. Though the problem is I don't know how it works. I don't know if we have like if when we swap next we're going to be into the bone and then I can do it. I guess I'm about to find out. I've never paid enough to the let me see here. Let me read it. for the 5th time. Okay, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. If it happens, it happens. I'm not mathing this shit. My brain is just not in it. So let's go in here and hopefully kill the first hero before he gets to do anything cool. That's my goal. It's always my goal, but I think we can do it. Oh, staying limber, folks. Oh, goodness. Oh, first hero. My friend, my amigo. Get face bugged. Get bled. Okay, it's not gonna happen. Oh, I'm stuck in him. It's fine, though. It's fine. Just keep going. Keep going as the predator. Yeah, we're not gonna get to stop him. Especially if I miss with my face bugs. Nah. It wasn't in the cards, so I guess it could have been if I had played things a little better there, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll get him in phase 2. He's gonna take it. He is not gonna have a good time in phase 2, to say the least. Yes. Predator with fast attack speed is just it can't be described how good it is. But same with fucking sword. Look at this. The wounds are doing so much damage. I missed with face bug again because I'm bad. Oh, we did the thing. This is what I wanted to do in phase 1. Missed with face bug again though. See, here, this is like an instance where I can actually see like arguments for face bug actually being decent. Or not face bug, bone. Even in a build like mine, like if you can just combine these two effects with like slowness from Predator and you get to use it with other skulls, that's pretty good. And as you saw, we got to stop the first hero before he got out of his first attack phase in phase 2, so that's how you know, at least, like, the true test of power is the getting him in phase 1, but phase 2 is also a good time to get him. You're not getting my life, sir. This run's too good for you to take my life. 6 HP. Barely cut it, but we still cut it. And mostly the reason we weren't cutting it is because of mistakes I was making. I have a couple of options here for a windscreen. The way I really want to do it is with this. We can get into the wall pretty well if we can just pull that off. So that's going to be my goal here. Swap out here. And then we're going to... Oh, no, I got the bone debuff. All right, here we're going to do it. We have to do it with the attack speed from Witch's Brew. Oh, am I in? Yes, I am in. Not as far as I wanted to be, but that's good too. GG's. GG's. Very good run. Very fun run. And unique too. I would say this is a pretty unique run. In terms of just the items I had. Witch's Brew, I guess, being the most unique of them. But like, I think I proved my point here about Witch's Brew. It's a really good item. I think most people agree with me, but it's like, you just literally only need Mutant 2, and there's so many good items with Mutant on it that it's very achievable to just get the like very high uptime, or zero downtime, I should say, with Witch's Brew. Though high uptime is also accurate because it does have those diminishing, like it diminishes after like a few seconds. But if you like, just like I said, which is any amount of Mutant 2, gets you there where you have it up almost all the time, so it's very good. I don't know how good the double Bone of Courage was. I'm very unsure about Bone of Courage. It might be the worst of all of the bones that are like tied to the skull archetypes. Is it? I don't think it's worse than Bone of Madness. Maybe. I don't think so though. Bone of Madness is pretty good though. The only bad thing about Bone of Madness is Brawl. The ring in every run, the meme is alive, it's back. The ring and Golden Sword next to each other, just kind of like, they look good next to each other. What can I say? Two very good items right next to each other, showing off their golden goodness. Is this Jagamon Thorn and Terrible Blade Shards? Terrible Blade Shards, I really need to get the Masterpiece Terrible Blade Shards bleed run. That sounds fun. It's been so long since I've seen Masterpiece Terrible Blade Shards that I don't even remember what they do. So that's a bad thing. We need to get that going. And Blood Drunk Sword is a hard item to activate if you don't have the the bleed skull or thorny boots to make that work. But as long as you have one of the two, you can get a pretty reliable blood drug sword. And it's a really good item, so if you can get it, you should. And yeah, these two skulls work together pretty nicely. Predator was a bit of a last minute addition, but he did his job. He did good. Minotaur certainly he did better than Minotaur would have done. That's for damn sure. I do need to put Minotaur on a bit of a cooldown, not as badly as the genie, but the Minotaur I use a lot too. So any skull that I rely on a lot like that. Yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. I'm very tired, so I'm gonna lay down for a bit. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.